Yo, what's up, people? Welcome to the Joe McFo Show. Just let me know if you guys can hear me properly. I'm going to get some music playing so that we don't have to work in silence. And I'm also going to share my screen because last couple times I tried sharing my screen and it wouldn't work properly. So you guys had issues seeing it. So let me know in the chat if you can see my screen and if you can hear me in the music and all that stuff. Also, let me know who is watching. Let me know who is watching. So today, what we're going to be working on is this character, Enzi. We've seen his process before on here. I can even go back and show you guys what we have done. So we started off doing like quick sketches. Where's the lines? Yeah, we start off with this body frame, and we just kept improving on it. Did this body sketch, got the clothing down, and then we did, let's see, I think we did some head sketches after that. Yeah, this is where he was really starting to come together. Manette says, what's up? Yes, can hear you and see the screen. Excellent. Thank you so much, Manette. Appreciate you for coming on. So let's see. After that, then I think we picked a final look for him and began sketching, doing rough sketches and things like that. But with all that said, now he is at a place where he has clean lines, and I've worked on him quite a bit. So I think this is about where I want him to be. I'm pretty excited at this stage. There are some things I want to do though. So one is the initial concept or part of the script requirements is that he has something like a watch on him, kind of like a futuristic techie watch that's kind of handcrafted. So I want to create that real quick, and then if I get that done, then I could do the color. So you guys can help me pick out how that's going to look. So with that said, first things first, let's find some reference for this character. And let me just see. Pull this on the screen. My internet's been having some issues lately, so hopefully it doesn't have any wild pauses or something like that. So we're looking for like a makeshift futuristic watch, like cyberpunk almost. But we want it to look like a teenager built this thing. So here, let me see. I think my VPN is probably causing it to do something. Oh, no, it's not even on. Uh-oh, Kathy's here. What's up, Kathy? Thank you for coming on. Okay, come on. So we're looking for some futuristic watches. This is actually kind of wild how this works. Some of the moldable phone. That is so crazy to me. All right, let's see. Let's try cyberpunk watch. Hey, these are kind of interesting. The thing is, it doesn't have to be super complex. Like, it doesn't need to be anything that that's overly detailed, because realistically, I don't even know how often this will show up in the comic itself. And worst case scenario, all I have to do is like do a small retcon or something and it'll be fine. Lily Sapphire's on. Hello, I see the boy is styling. Yeah, yes he is. The boy is styling. We got Enzi over here. He's gonna complete the crew with Jayvn, Salam, Cairo, and again Enzi. So I'm super excited about this. It's been a long time coming, been a couple weeks. This might be closer to kind of what I'm thinking. Definitely looks like something you would get in a McDonald's toy box. Do they still have Happy Meals with toys? I actually don't even know. Do you guys know? I'm genuinely curious. And while I'm thinking about it, let me go on Pinterest and also check out my props folder, because I could have had something saved and not even realized it. Okay, this is stuff for their phones. So we were thinking about some walkie-talkie stuff. Something like this. I don't know if I want to give Enzi this. It looks cool, but I don't think he's the right character for this. Let's see. Yeah, the research portion is so incredibly important. I tried not to do too much of this when I'm streaming because I don't know. For me, I think it'd probably be rather boring to watch. I don't know if that's the case for you guys. If you agree or disagree, you can let me know. But for me, I come for the drawing portion, so I want to make sure that that's fully intact. Something like this is actually not bad. Oh yeah, I did. I worked on the background so before. Starting to do cleanups a little bit. Um, let's see. So we got this right here, just a little something. Um, I'm really not anticipating like describing how it works very much at all. This is kind of cool too. A little much. Oh, this is kind of dope. I kind of like it as a glove instead of like a watch. I don't know if we wouldn't be able to see it very well. Or no, yeah, yeah, we could. Yeah, his hand's up. Yeah, we could see that. What do you guys think? Should we do like a regular watch, or should we do something like a glove with an extra piece on it? Um, they still do, from what I remember. Yes, excellent. I don't think it's boring, but maybe I'm biased. Well, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Well, you guys are my viewers at the end of the day. So if something is interesting to you, then I don't mind doing it. I just don't want to do something that's just like, oh my gosh, we've seen this 1,000 times. So because I'm biased too. It doesn't even matter what I find interesting or not. It's just like I have to do this. I don't have the ability to just create things all inside my head like this. As much as people will make you believe that that's what concept art is. Oh, this is kind of cool too. I could see him with this. Geez, I keep hitting Photoshop. I mean, Clip Studio. I think a glove would be very unique. Glove would be cool. All right, cool. Let's do the glove. There's a couple versions of it. So I think this one here is very similar to Jayvn's and how it's built on like the forearm. So I'll probably avoid that. But I think I do I like how this one's looking, and I like how this one's kind of looking. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna group this together and put that here. And then we're just going to do a couple of sketches and see how this this looks. So we got the glove, going to be a short glove. Let me turn down the opacity of that. Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing? Thank you for coming on. All right, so we got this glove right here. I need to move that reference over. I think it's this one. So right now, for those of you who are just coming in, we are working on finishing up the design for Enzi. He's almost there. I just have to add this watch glove thing on him and finalize that, and we're good to go. I'm not going to add crazy amount of detail to this because I don't think it's necessary, but we can definitely include some fingerless gloves here, just like Jayvn has one. I actually think it'll be good for two characters to have them because it'll show kind of the similarities in some way. Okay, and then we got some of the details here. You could put like a little design or something. Excuse me. Something like that could work. What else? We could also say something a little bit thicker. It might be funny if the glove was chunky while he himself was so skinny. Oh, that's a good idea. You know what? You actually just made me think of something. Huey Freeman glove. He has this Black Power fist in the show, and I think the story's like he bought it on eBay or something like that, and it's like this electrocution style glove, but it's like really big on him. And I wonder if I can see it in the fight scene itself. Or even, oh, this is cool. Like something like this, maybe, will be pretty fresh. Look at that afro. That is so wow. It looks like Basquiat in the head. But I do kind of like this shape. So let's steal this design because this show is not going to get made. Unfortunately, I'm very sad about that. I love the Boondocks. Those of you who know me know I love the Boondocks, but it's not going to be used. I don't see why I can't take advantage of that. Let's see. So we got. So his design, actually, let me back this up. He doesn't have a whole lot of interesting, unique shapes to him, so I guess we can use that here. We just really have fun with that. Get the chunkiness in the wrist, kind of like what's inspired by this one on the right here. Get that chunk. And then we have this kind of circular piece in the middle. Kind of mirrors his goggles. Okay, get the gloves here. And then we could add like a little design or something. Put some wires. Like he made it himself. You know what also might be a good reference, actually? The Go Home watch from Across the Spider-Verse. And yes, that is a hydration check. The multiverse watch, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, something kind of chunky like this is really, really solid. Yeah, like there's not a whole lot of buttons or anything like that, but it does so much. Like if this thing can get you to and across the multiverse, surely I can create something rather simple as well. Here's an example of what Gwen put together later at the end of the movie. Or was it, no, it was Hobie who put it together, but he gave it to Gwen. That's what it was. Project Bootleg, that's funny. You know, this actually kind of reminds me of Buzz Lightyear's laser. How's it work? I think, if I remember correctly, he like flips the thing open and he pushes the laser on his arm. Yeah. That would be a great Easter egg, pun intended. Oh, yes, that's right. Happy Easter, everybody. No one told me whether or not they're going to be free today. So I just decided we're going to make a stream anyway. I will not be streaming next week, unfortunately. I will be out of town. You guys will probably be longing for some shout boxes. But if you do long for more of it, then you can watch one of my previous streams. I think this is episode 67. So that means there's 66 other videos that you can watch that will give you the same effect as this one. It probably will be even funnier because I had tech issues back then. Yeah, something like this could be cool. I'm kind of vibing with this. Oh, I forgot to actually copy and paste the multiverse watch in here. Let me find a good shot. Yeah, this is probably the clearest version of it. Let's. Oops. Okay. Which one's Huey? Huey's down here. Like I said, I don't need to spend a whole lot of time doing this. This one's already kind of close to me. This is the worst stream so far. My feelings. Oh my gosh. How you've crushed me, Mark. April Fools. Oh yeah, it would be April Fools for you. I forgot because it's morning where you are. It's in the evening for me. So yeah, so if this were like 6 hours in the future, I probably wouldn't have my feelings hurt so much. But now, man, I don't know. Thanks for coming on, dude. I appreciate you. Um, let's see. So we got. How did this watch work? If I'm not mistaken, I think it was more narrow at the wrist and then wider towards as it went closer to the elbow. So we could have like a little screen right here, and then we could have this element. And it only has one of these, so that'll help out a lot. This circle. Okay. Kind of like how these wires are. So let's just put some wires here, like 2 wires, and then give them the fingerless look. Let's put a couple buttons. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that'll work. Like I said, I'm not gonna belabor this because it's just why. So let me do one quick sketch as if his hand were kind of facing down, sort of like this Huey shot here. Okay, quick hand sketch. And then I'm gonna go on top of this, change up the color. And then we're going to say, whoa, that's not the right color. So question, how is everyone's holiday going? Is everyone having a good Easter? If you celebrate Easter? My day was rather chill. Rather chill. Got to do some reading. Just had some food. Got to talk to some cool peoples. Okay, and then the wire right here. Okay, so that little triangle part should only go on the palm. And then glove here. All of them are fingerless. Just like Jayvn's. I could give him like a little rectangles or something at the base, at the knuckles. A couple buttons here and there. And then, yeah, there we go. I think that's a solid look. So let's go back here. And I'm going to lower the opacity on this. And we're going to draw what I just drew. Oh, I need to change the pen to this. I should probably do a vector layer too. Actually, wait a second. Merge the layer below. Okay. Mark says, my Easter was chill. Church was fun, though. Oh, cool. What do they do at church? They have, I don't know how it is in Africa or in Kenya, but like, do they do like performances and stuff? Because when I was a kid, that's what they used to do. They would have a big old like play almost, and they'd have, these actors come and they would portray Jesus, they would portray the angels and, the Roman soldiers and all that stuff. So do they do something similar for you? I had very good company and very good chocolate. I like how chocolate is like right next to the company. Like those are two major things. So I'm glad you had a good time. Pretty chill day. Had a video chat with my nephew and working on some drawings. I've been doing more with pen and ink and figuring out how to do shading. Oh, very cool. Kat Huang is the person to talk to from Art Prof when it comes to that sort of thing in comics. Or Megan, but I don't know if she's on the stream right now. She might be busy. Megan, if you're here, say what's up to the people. But if not, then we'll catch you later. Okay. So probably what's going on? Spinning wheel of death. Come on. Okay. I don't want to be too chunky. And then we got, I'll have this point come to the middle finger here. And how would I want this to look? Maybe just across the top like that. Oh, turn up the opacity. Okay, I need to redraw this a little bit here. Do I have my vector eraser on? Yeah, I do. That's why it's happening like that. That's the one thing about vector layers I don't like, is it's actually a little more challenging to draw things that are this up close, in my opinion. I gotta warp that a little bit. I can always do like a close-up drawing of this and show like the depth if I wanted to. No acting performances, but very good praise and worship sessions, alive, jumping and dancing. Very cool. Glad you had a good time. Oh, Amanda's here. Hey, happy Easter. Just got back from family. What's up, Amanda? Thank you for coming out to the live stream. Join us for some shadow boxer stuff. Lynette says, I've been looking up a bunch of artists, Kat included, and how they handle shading, especially without color. I feel like things other people do just look weird and wrong when I do it. I think a lot of that, I mean, other people can chime in the chat, but I think a lot of that just comes down to like comfort level. Because when you look at other artists, usually they're creating their own methods and figuring out what works for them. There are certain methods that don't work for me when it comes to certain things. Like I was having a conversation with someone about my painting recently, and one of the ideas that came across was, maybe my style of painting doesn't have to be hyper realistic like I was taught in school, because I've never enjoyed that. I've always struggled with it. But I see things better when they're more graphic, when they're more shape based. And so, a lot of that comes down to personal preference and stuff. But I don't see anything wrong with having a situation kind of like that come along, Okay, so I think this like front plate here is probably a little too long. Gonna drag that back a bit because I did want to show the knuckles. And then how do they show this here? We could do like diamond shapes. Maybe that'll work. Simple shape. Feels like the knuckle. Very easy to replicate. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere with this. Still don't like this section right here. Maybe, just maybe, I could do it another way. Just start like this. I know it's not perfect sphere or anything like that. Just trying to get to show a little bit of dimension, and then we're going to scale it down. Okay, and then we're going to come in here, make this a little bit smaller. This space. Need a harder brush. No, don't do the vector. No, I just thought I turned that off. Yeah, let's do something a little cleaner. Let's have it slightly thicker here. Let's see the plane change. All right, now hopefully this will react the way that I want it to. Gonna have to do a little warping. Okay, almost there. It's gonna need a little bit more here. It's getting closer. Let's see. Oh, I missed a lot of comments. In Brazil, Easter has a special sermon to celebrate the revival. Then is a very family-driven gathering of fish courses and abundant chocolate. What is a fish course? What does that mean? Just gotta find out what works for you. Yep, 100%. I agree. I think part of it is also being self-conscious about my own work. Part of experimenting is finding what works for me and building confidence. I agree with that. I agree completely. Oh, dang, you already designed his watch device. Dang, I missed out. Honestly, you didn't miss a whole lot. I literally looked up references, which took the most time. And then I was like, I like that. I like that. I like that. And then just putting it together. So we're not even, we're 30 minutes into the stream, but yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. Why does Enzi look thiefy? I don't trust him. Sus. Hey, I mean, the episode is called The Art of Peer Pressure. So maybe he shouldn't trust him. I don't know. Block says, yo, what's up, dude? Thank you for coming on. Dish courses, lots of different fish recipes. Oh, okay. Got it. Cool. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay. I think. Oh, the wires. I forgot the wires. So let's say they could be plugged in here. Actually, try another method. What is the trick for this? Yes, if I do border, something I learned that was really helpful. If you use the border tool and turn your brush white, you can get something like this. So for things like wires or ladders and stuff, this is super helpful. And then there's one thing I always kind of forget. I might have to look up how to do it later, but for now, maybe that's a little too big. So we got the wires right here. And now I just need, what is the thing? It's like edit. What is it? I think it's rasterize maybe. And then convert brightness to opacity. Yes, that's it. Bam, got it. So now this is a rasterized layer right here. And then take the glove, make this black. Excellent. And then I can go and let's actually convert this to a vectorized layer. I can lessen some of those things later. Erase this out. And then I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to change up the thickness of some of these lines. Adjust line width, narrowing. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to narrow that. There we go. Yeah. Because a lot of this was laziness. It wasn't because I was just trying to make life more difficult for myself. That could be a little thicker. I might have overdone that a bit. All right, let's merge those two. There we go. So we'll just have to make sure those wires are properly colored later on. Designate that in the right area. Let's come over here. And let's move this centerpiece up. And then there we go. I think that's looking pretty good. I thought Enzi looked like the kid who's obsessed with gadgets, using and inventing them himself. Not bad, not bad. There's something about his face. Maybe I missed something because I'm multitasking, but is the glove resemblance to the Infinity Gauntlet from Avengers on purpose? No, not at all. But it's a good Easter egg. I'm going to go get some tea. You guys look like you need a drink, so Lin Bei Fong. Thank you, man. I actually was kind of thirsty. That's funny. Mark B inciting over here. Okay, so we got the glove sketches. We'll save this for the concept art book later. But we're in a pretty good spot to come in and erase. So now we're going to come in here. We're going to erase the slots we don't need. Those little sections and the wrist. Let me turn off the shadows because I think I'm getting tripped up by that. All right, so now we're going to take this, and I think we have a good spot to merge. Bam, there we go. Now I can come back in and I can do a couple little fixes to his fingers here. Hands are always tricky, so I always kind of end up redrawing them later. One of the things that I have to constantly watch out for myself is making sure that I have enough space for the tips of the fingers, and also making sure like the shape is connected properly. And I don't even know if I like this so much, actually. All right, so let's get those nails drawn in just a little bit. All right, and then get this yellow, plug that in. I'm just gonna fill up this space here. Clean up. There's probably easier ways to do this, but it's too late. I'm done now. Oops. Just get this a little cleaner. Sometimes I like vector layers and sometimes I don't. I think it's because I zoom in a lot. But there we go. There is where Enzi is at. Let me just do my double check. Let's see how he's feeling. I like the glove. I think it's looking good. Nice detail. Something about this ankle doesn't feel quite right. The inside ankle is always higher. So I gotta move this one down a little bit. That's a little better. And yeah, I think we're good. So I'm gonna save this. And we got Enzi. Choose Iroh. Lynn doesn't get much mention. Thought I'd give the girl some love this Easter stream. You know what? We love Lynn. We love a good Lynn Bay Feng fight. Oh, shoot. All right. So now let's add the shadows back on. And let's just make sure this all looks solid. Yep. It's looking pretty good. Come back in and add some stuff here. I'm trying and group the shadows together a little bit more in places like this. Okay, where's the light coming from? So the light's coming from the top right. Wait, does this even make sense? Wait, where is the lighting coming from? I think I might have tripped myself up a bit. Okay, let me redo this lighting because it's starting to mess me up a bit. Here, we're just actually gonna take all this and redo it because I have the light coming from the left side on his face, but everything else was the opposite. So we're gonna just change that up. Have this all be in shadow right here. Have this be in shadow. This side of the arm. All this is in shadow. There we go. Now we could add some smaller sections. Making sure I don't miss those wrinkles and little moments like this here. What's your favorite / least favorite Korra character? Oh, good question. All right, let's get the water out one more time. My favorite Korra character. Let me think. I like Tenzin a lot. I think Tenzin is really dope. I also really liked Kai in season 3. Season 4, he barely got screen time, so he was kind of boring after that. Plus, there's always that like fun age of immaturity for kids when they grow up. It's just not quite the same. So I really liked him there. Least favorite character. Probably Mako. Not because of the whole like love triangle stuff, although that was really annoying. I just think he's kind of boring. Like he's written in a way where after season 2, he doesn't really have a whole lot to do. Season 4, I don't even know why he's there, except for he's already a part of the cast, and you can't just like not mention him. Yeah, I also like Bolin. Bolin was a fun character. I always found him kind of comedic, and yeah. My favorite design from the show. We're talking about character design. I think Plea was pretty cool. I thought I really liked her look. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I think it's a pretty fair list. Unalaq or Vatu are not cool. They aren't. Unalaq, I think, had the potential to be interesting if he was more. I'm sorry. I just realized I muted myself, so hopefully you guys didn't miss too much. What I said was that Unalaq, I think, could have been cool if he wasn't so obviously evil in the second half. Because I thought I really believe that season 2 had a great opening, like conflict, right? The whole thing with the spirits and them coming back out of vengeance, the civil war between the North and South poles. I thought that was a great story plot right there, but they just dropped it midway through, and I was really it's really sad because I thought they were working with something very strong, and like we've seen war in the Avatar world. That's not the issue, but a civil war, we've never really gotten that, and they never really go back to it. Especially after the whole Avatar Wand stuff, which I did enjoy, but yeah, it was a missed opportunity. I don't know why they made the decisions that they did. I really think they should have kept that plot line going. What do you guys think? Do you think they should have kept that? Tenzin is my fave too. Hey, what do you know? My favorite is Bolin. Least favorite is Asami. Asami is also one of those characters that had the potential to be interesting, but didn't have much room after season 1. And I think that's the issue that most people have with with Korra as opposed to Avatar, is that the characters in the original series were much more well-rounded. And I think a lot of that came from the fact that they planned it out more. There are some people, like the writers on like Breaking Bad or like some drama show like that are, or even like a Criminal Minds show, where they're able to take these characters and constantly build on them and keep them interesting at all times. I don't know if the writers on Korra were able to do that so well, because with the original show, they constantly felt like there was growth there, and you always felt people were learning and growing and stuff. You don't quite feel that the same way in Korra. You're like, oh, this person went on to do this, but as far as them feeling like a group of real friends who actually would want to hang out. I didn't get that sense, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why that show is probably weaker, or why people don't care for it as much, is the characters aren't as memorable. Which is unfortunate, because the designs are really cool, and I actually like a lot of their plots. Like, the plots are really, really dope to me. Like the overarching themes. But yeah, but that's my 2 cents. I know that the show was only greenlit for 12 episodes, and then they later added on a bunch to kind of show that that Nickelodeon was super interested. But I think that ended up biting them in the butt, because if they actually had all 4 seasons from the jump that they knew that they were getting, then it would have been better. Or if it had been pitched and planned just like the original show, because the original was planned to be 3 seasons, and they question every season whether or not they're going to get renewed, just like any other show. But yeah, that came together much more clearly. All right, so I think the shadows are making sense for the most part. I can always come back and adjust if I need to. But yeah, Enzi is looking pretty solid. I think I'm going to do just a couple more things here, give him slightly more detail. He has a lot of kind of medium shapes, but not a lot. He has a lot of large and mediums, but not small. So we're just going to come in. We're just going to divide his shoes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's not perfect, but who cares? Mako deserved better writing. I felt bad for the guy, considering he's named after the Mako. Yeah, I agree. It's unfortunate. I think a lot of what turned people off on him was the love triangle stuff, which was pretty jacked up. I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is. I wasn't a fan of Asami either. I thought Asami was cool in the first season, but what do you guys think? Do you think Asami should have actually gone to the side of the anti-hero equalist? Because there's that scene in the first season where she was still trying to figure out what she was going to do. So what do you guys think? Would she have been more interesting if she had sided with her dad? Or do you think they should have kept her where she was, but just made her more interesting in being with the gang or the crew? I think it's called the crew technically. I think I didn't like the Avatar spirit just being a white kite of doom. Yeah, that was weird too. I think it took away some of the mystery. And there's a fine line, right? There's a line between intrigue and mystery versus knowing too much. And I think that's the one thing that really kind of made it stand out too much. I also think that a lot of people who criticize kind of the Western philosophies of the good and evil versus the more, what do you call it? Like the spirits in the original show didn't have a side so much. They didn't really care about what was going on with humans. They were just like, I'm Wan Shi-tong. This is my library. Get out if you're going to use it for war, right? Like that's all he cared about. So I think that's kind of where that falls flat. Lin is my favorite, and Sue and Kaya and Boomy. And you know what? All the kids of the gang were great. And Toph, of course, love her. Mila was cool too. I liked all the kids, actually. All of Tenzin's kids were fun. Rohan never got any love, no screen time really, except for when he's born and when he's like running at the wedding at the very end. I liked it being more of a mystery, I guess, because Rava makes it kind of uninteresting. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes revealing the mystery kind of kills it. Like that same thing happened with Stranger Things. A lot of people were not happy in the later seasons because the mystery was kind of dissolved a bit. And so there is a fine line there. And it's something that I'm glad I'm learning, because there's a lot of elements, and even Shadowboxers, that has elements that are kind of mysterious. And it's like, how far do I really go with that? That's a challenge that I'm facing. All right, so Enzi's line art is done. So we're going to slide him over here, and we're going to move to color. So you guys know my process for that. We're going to copy this, and we're just going to see what we can do. right. Okay, so let's merge all the line layers. Okay, shadows. Yeah, I want to lock this layer and just color it blue or something just so I can make sure I don't mess with it. Let's see. Let's get the shadow layers together. There's one missing. Oh, this one here, shadow. Okay. And then color, I guess we don't really need all of those, but we do need these bottom ones. Okay. Let's move this down. All right, let's merge these two, and merge these. Excellent. Okay, now we're good to go. We can work with this here. Let's see. Mana says, yeah, I just think there are too many characters to really develop them and plot at the same time. Yeah, it was kind of unfocused. And I mean, the way that Avatar was written was from the end to the beginning. Like they will kind of work backwards, I think. The Chosen, which is one of my favorite shows, they do the same thing. Although, granted, that's based off of actual history and documents that we have. But they still work backwards. And some shows are able to go from beginning to end like that and make it work fine. But for me personally, as I'm developing something brand new, I'm trying to write from end to beginning. So all the characters, I'm thinking about where I want them to end up and how I'm getting them to start out. And the challenge is figuring out the pacing so I can go like, oh, how do I get them from here to here? So that's kind of the fun part. Eastern philosophy is more about balance and nuance. I agree with that. And I'm not an expert in Eastern philosophy by any means, but I do know that that is a major component of it for sure. I think if they had known there were more seasons, I feel like they would have made Asami an equalist. They could expand on that equalist storyline. I think they did originally intend for Asami to be a bad guy. That is true. She was a bad guy, and I actually got that sense when I was watching it the first time because I was like, "Oh, she's interesting. Like she could be something really kind of threatening." And then they decide last second, like, "Hey, you know what? She's actually kind of cool. We should have her be a good guy." You know, which is not necessarily terrible, but definitely makes her a little bit more standard, I guess. Like I don't know how to put it. They make it kind of safe. They make it safe. That's the best way I can put it. Let's try fashion and clothing. Let's see what colors we can get. Enzi's main color is going to be yellow. I've already decided that in my head, so we need to find something that'll kind of work with that. Now, something else, I did this accidentally, but I noticed it, and I thought I should bring it up. All the characters, with the exception of Jayvn, are wearing black, and I think that's kind of a good way to show the visual differences between Jayvn and his friends. So I think I'm going to try and go for that as well. I don't know if I'm going to have the cloak be black or if I just want the shirt to be that way. But I think it's a fun little element that is kind of subtle. I didn't even realize I was doing it until I looked at these three. And so I was like, let's just make it a theme, you know? So, yeah. In Eastern folklore, a lot of the heroes are douchebags until they learn balance. Sun Wukong, Susanoo, etc. Oh, Megan's on. What's up? It's not an accident. It was meant that way the whole time. Yeah, that's right. It was meant to be that way the whole time. Ignore the last 30 seconds of what I said. But yeah, so I do want to try that out. For now, let's go and look more at some colors. I love this look right here. It's kind of black and gold. I think people have said Enzi looks like a sharp dresser. This could be one of those moments where we kind of imply that he could be kind of into fashion a little bit more. Let's see. Um, this is kind of cool. Or ooh, this actually is not bad. Amon Stenberg. Fun fact: Amon Stenberg was the original like model for Kayla. In terms of what I wanted her to be, not necessarily her as a person, but the character Rue that she played in Hunger Games. That was the main inspiration for her. Let's see. There's a lot of black and golds out here. Ooh, kind of like this one. Kind of more subtle colors. Let's try and find one more thing that fits with my goals here. Yeah, let's switch up the tunes a little bit too. This shot of Rihanna. Nope, not that one. Yeah, this one right here on the far right could use some of the colors surrounding her. Oh, I also did want to have some blonde in the hair for Enzi, so this ought to be fun. Who would have thought Rihanna would have been a great reference for Enzi? I certainly didn't anticipate that. All right. So we're going to come in and we are going to just color pick. We're going to color pick and we're just going to be very... No, wait, why isn't it working? There we go. Let's pick skin colors. And I'm just going to be very messy right now. Actually, wait, do I have to be? No, I can do this. What am I thinking? I could do that, and then I could just... Yeah, there we go. Okay, let me back up a little. Because it's actually faster to do paint by numbers method in this scenario, I think. Let me turn this off. Saturate that a little bit more. I have no idea what skin complexion I want Enzi to be, so we're just gonna make stuff up. I'm gonna have some darker hair, obviously. Let's desaturate that. A little darker. And then, like I said before, I did want to give him like some blonde tips to the hair. He seems like the kind of kid who would do something like that. So let's go and do something like this. Probably could have used a better looking pencil or brush, but you guys get the point. There was no accidental decisions in Bossix. I guess that counts. Who's listening to Beyonce's new album? Not me. I do not really care for Beyonce like that. Only thing I've heard from her is like people using her music in stories, and you know, the whatever the name of the new song is it Texas Hold'em? I guess that song is catchy. I'll definitely give it that. And it's not that I think she's a bad artist or anything. I just don't really care about her music like that is all. Okay, so I think I want to try that first idea of the black. Let's do it on his shirt first. And then maybe a darker brown for this area. Oh shoot, I almost forgot. Never work on a white background. There we go. That makes it so much better. But let me get rid of this stuff too. All these are sketches. Clean up my layers a bit. He basically said that Mary J. Blige is better. That's funny. That is pretty funny. I do like Mary J. Blige better, actually. But I don't like listen to her like that. I don't know. All right, so we got the black here. And for the next version, I think I want to try black on this here. I'm just going to kind of move around and see what happens. Kind of like this red. So let's see if we can put that somewhere. And then, actually, no, I think the red should be in the pants just like hers. Let's see. Kind of like these brown for the shoes here. It's not really brown, but whatever. I think the glove should primarily be a dark gray, probably. Like he's not really worrying about how fancy it is. When I'm drawing, I listen to the GOAT Charles Bradley. I don't think I know who that is. Do I know who Charles Bradley is? Nah, I don't think I know Charles Bradley. What songs did he sing? I might know some of these songs if I were to listen to them, but these aren't popping in my head right now. I kind of have two modes when it comes to music. It's either like hip hop, like old, like say old school, but really I just mean anything from 2012 and earlier, or Motown stuff, or things that sound like Motown. Like I don't know if Jackie Wilson was on Motown, but I like his stuff. I like Otis Redding. I like Bill Withers. Those guys. Maybe this should be here. Maybe this should be down here. Around his pants. Well, that's kind of looking cool right now. That option. Get some blues. That blue is way too vibrant. The thing about Shadowboxer's characters that I have to be careful of is making sure that I don't get too vibrant in places that aren't the focus. That is the biggest challenge. Like if you guys look at the way I've designed these three characters, I really try. Where is it? I really try to have the focus of bright areas be very, very subtle in small locations. So that is always going to be one of those challenges for me. The Big Mouth theme song changes. The world is going up in flames. Numerous. He's a blues singer. Big Mouth. I probably do know it, but I just need to like listen to it. There's a lot of music that I don't know by name specifically. could. These two browns aren't going to work, so I should have realized that. So we're going to turn this into maybe a would work. Maybe closer to a red. Maybe not that red. Let's turn down that value a bit. It's feeling a little bit better. And if you guys have ideas for color, please let me know. I think you guys know how we get down by now. We just try stuff out and hope it works. And if it doesn't, then we try again. So if you guys have thoughts about what would look good for these, let me know. Let me know, please. Actually, what we'll do while I'm thinking about it, let me just number these options. Okay. And while we're doing that, let me just see if I can find some other color references, because maybe these aren't the right ones. Black and white. Okay. This one's not too bad. It's not bad. Actually, let me put that in another tab. That's well. This one kind of works too. Right here. Let me go into the characters folder. See if I can't find some in here. I like this dude with the blonde beard. I'm gonna have to have a character like that. Maybe like a deep purple can work too. He's kind of got the right color scheme going. Got black and white, some dark gray, some yellow in the prominent areas. All right, Jayvn, let's see what you got, homeboy. Let's see what we're working with. And no, Jayvn is not named after Jaden Smith. Before people start asking me, that was completely not the case at all. Kind of like this color for the pants, though. Color picking for this world is always something that's a process. Never really know how it's going to end up. Let's see. This red we can plop right here. Gonna need a different color for either the coat or the shirt. We could do like a purplish. Yeah, let's do a grayish purple for this. Okay, that's a little too purple. Oh, actually, this could potentially work, maybe. Since I just got here, I'm not sure where you're at, but you may want to do some pure value thumbnails. I do like that look for Jaden Smith where the highlights yellow and at the elbows. Yeah, it's a cool look, right? Value thumbnails have never really worked for me when doing shadowboxer stuff. Like, I don't know, it's easier for me to pick color scheme and then adjust the values later on. Because at a certain point, it's just me, especially when streaming, like it's just me kind of going, this is lighter, this is darker, and it doesn't really help me so much. That's saving on me. Let's try. Let's desaturate a little bit more. Whoa, that's not what I want to do. I'll have to go in real close and define the colors for the watch or the glove he's wearing. Maybe take that yellow here, apply it on this. Oh, what in the world? Nah. What would he wear? We don't have too many characters in orange either. Maybe this will be a good time to try an orange version. His face here, his fingers. Let's try this kind of orange, maybe for... Actually, now I look at this character, she's got orange skin with an orangish kind of dress, so maybe we could play with that, having something similar. Let's have a desaturated blue right here. Then we can color this black. And then let's try these pants out. So just as a recap, what we're doing today, we finished Enzi's line work. We basically, I drew the line work for the majority of him before the stream, and then we designed this little kind of glove on him, and now we're just doing some color variations. Sometimes I don't finish color variations because I just don't see the magic building up just yet. In case you're curious as to why some of these are not quite there. Need this yellow to be a little bit brighter. There's a very specific yellow that doesn't look disgusting. I don't know if I'm reaching it just yet. Okay, value-wise, that orange isn't there just yet, but I could take this and just... Actually, let's do a little color balance. That might be better. Let's push in a little magenta. Yeah, that's already looking better. Yeah. By the way, reminder, guys, there is not going to be a stream next week. I'll be out of town. In case you are egging and itching for a stream, you'll have to watch an older one or something, because I won't be around. Sorry. Get a little bit of a color difference in here. First one's not too bad. This blue definitely is not working. Something like that is already better. Here, let's turn off these other layers real quick and see how these pair up with the other characters. All right, number 2 already doesn't feel quite right because the red is competing with Cairo. The orange is doing okay, and also the light would work if I wanted him to be the main character. I think the value is too drastically different for that to just work. So right now I'm leaning on any, well, 2 actually is fine if it's the red shirt. That's the issue with it. That's the issue with red, with number 2. Let's see what happens when we just shift the hue a little bit. Everyone's kind of got this purplish magenta shirt, so I guess I should keep up with the trend there. Four is my favorite as a standalone. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate that. This is looking good, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, this is the challenging part. So 4 is looking good for you so far. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, share what your opinions are, guys. Seriously, I am open to hearing feedback or ideas. I'm open to mixing and matching. Whatever you guys think will look good, I am open to that. Not liking this blue though. I feel like that should be like this. That's not too bad. It's not bad. 2 and 4 are definitely the best ones. Okay. Okay, so we're getting there. So it looks like the commonalities between 2 and 4 right now. We have the dark cloak with the yellow trim. Although I think this yellow trim on 2 is just because I didn't color it in yet. And the pants. So let's see. I think I'd want to give him the pants from 4 out of these options right now, just because it's different. Everyone else has kind of got these cool colors happening. Let's try building up the shoes here. I like 4, but also the purple vest in 3. Oh, okay. So the cloak in 3. Okay. It's kind of funny. Everyone's kind of got like a bluish purple thing happening here. Maybe I could do that another way. Here, just make my life a little bit easier. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm just going to slide this down, and I'll change up the colors as I go. We can do this here. Now it looks like T'Challa. Like, I swear this is something he will wear, this kind of purple with the black cloak on him. What do you guys think so? Okay, that orange and purple is not working. Let's try this red instead. Let's try these pants here. Yellow trim. It's kind of looking like a Laker. Can you pull up that pic of Jade Smith for a second? I want to mess around. Yeah. It's actually in my Pinterest board. I think it's in is it costumes or character? I think it's in characters. But yes, I'll bring it up again. Here, I'll give you your second to screenshot that, Megan. What kind of music exists in shadow boxers other than hip hop? So, how do I put this? I think there's going to be variety of music. The way I view modern music, and when I say modern music, I mean blues, country, hip hop, jazz, R&B. They generally come from like African slaves initially. And then over the course of time, those things kind of evolve and shift. So like I envision Ishnu, for example, listening to reggae music because he was partially inspired by like a Bob Marley look as well. So I envision him listening to that. I envision Jayvn being more hip hop. Kayla, I think, is more of like a rock kind of aesthetic. Atana is kind of like the smooth R&B, like a Sade, India Ari kind of influence. And actually, the characters themselves were kind of inspired by music genres. So I don't know if you could tell in their characters. Maybe you might be able to tell by the dialogue or I don't know if you can tell by the designs, but you might be able to by their dialogue. The way they interact with the world is kind of three different philosophies. At least with Kayla, Jayvn, and Atana. Ishnu, like I said, got the more laid back kind of reggae thing going on. And some of the other characters like Mashaka, Aletha, still to be determined. But I think there's gonna be a lot of different options. But I think this kind of like one of my biggest musical references is Nujabes. I think he's one of the greatest producers ever, and I'm a huge fan of his stuff. And it's so sad that he had to die so early, but that's kind of the aesthetic that I sense. Oh, Mark, you're asking the real questions. Will you have a Thugnificent? That's funny. Maybe. I guess it depends on the circumstances. Yeah, I'm not really sure. That would be funny though. I knew it would be in your boards, but and I know how many pins are on there. That's true. There's at least like 2,000, so fair enough. A character like Thugnificent would be awesome. What would my boy Ghazali listen to? Ghazali, what would he listen to? I have never thought of that. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. I don't know what Ghazali would listen to. Something kind of manic though. Like I don't see him listening to Beethoven or something. I just don't see that. It would be cool if I got like Daniel Pemberton to do the music for like the musical scores. Kathy's like Ghazali hates music. Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah, Ghazali hates music. He doesn't like sounds. Looks like he's got mud on his shirt or something. That's super evil. It's the most evil thing ever, evidently. Nope. Okay. Ghazali likes dubstep and screamo, the least music genres we've got. That's why he's so mad all the time in this musical world. You guys are great. Mississippi Delta Blues. Oh my gosh, these are perfect. Yeah, we should just have a whole thing of him playing with an MP3 or radio or something. And be like, no, what is this madness? And he pulls out some disc that's like all scratched and stuff. Like, now this is music. Like. He would totally be that dude, I think. That's really funny. I could just make this a gray, honestly. Sludge rock. Stravinsky's Rite of Spring. I don't know what that is. He likes the sound of static. You probably would, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn that into some sort of joke in the comic. Have them either gotta be something really crazy on that spectrum where it's like static, or it's gotta be like the music you hear when the ice cream truck pops up. Like it's gotta be like either extreme. I think anything in between would be a disservice. Shoot, thanks for reminding. I need to work on Ghazali's fan art next. Hey, by the way, guys, TT Studios here has done some amazing fan art of Shadowboxers. If you haven't seen it in the Discord, it's freaking epic. Matter of fact, why don't I take some time and it showed that real quick. So he did this dope Ishnu over here, and then had this Jayvn. So now apparently he's gonna do Ghazali next. So dude, I really want to say thank you. You guys are so inspiring for me, because honestly, there are times in the week where I feel like, man, I'm not doing enough, or man, I wish I could do this or that, and or take a break or something. But you guys keep doing stuff like this, including Mark, who again, thank you for doing the tower. I don't know where that is. I think it might be behind the scenes. But where you? No, it's in live streams, right? Yeah. So including this, like, you guys have been killing it and have been really inspiring me. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It's very, very awesome. Because I would listen to ragecore rap. You know what? He would probably he would listen to Death Grips. That's what it is. He would listen to Death Grips. Megan says you've been killing it. I think that's referring to TT Studios. Let's see. I don't know how much closure we're going to get in this stream, but best believe you guys will totally see the final results of what Enzi looks like. Let's see. Kind of liking where 6 is headed, actually. Let's see. Change up some of these colors in the shoes. Not really digging that orange just yet. Might be a little too bright for my taste, but I think it's getting closer. Ghazali would listen to the music Jordan doesn't like Beyonce and Taylor Swift. Yes, I agree. Ghazali would definitely listen to 80s funk. No, that's what I listen to. That would be that would be kind of tough, because I think Jayvn would like that kind of music, because Jayvn was based off of b-boys in the 80s, right? So the hip-hop and the funk music that they would listen to, that's kind of what Jayvn would listen to. And I can't have Jayvn and Ghazali having the same genre of music, although or I could change it and have that classic scene where they meet for the first time, and then Ghazali goes, "You're not so different, you and I. We both like 80s funk music," right? Like we could totally have something like that. If they exist in Shadowboxers, of course. Oh yeah, I mean, there'd have to be the equivalent of a superstar. Like Powerline to me was the merging, and Powerline from a Goofy movie was the merging of like Michael Jackson, Bobby Brown, Prince, like easily. And voiced by Tevin Campbell, it was just excellent. It's perfect. So we're definitely gonna have to have a character like that. Although my character, whenever superstar I create, he's probably gonna have to be based on some more modern people like Chris Brown or something. Who Chris Brown is super talented. I don't listen to his music like that, but I would be lying if I said dude didn't have skills in what he was doing, because it takes a lot to do all the stuff he does. Like, how do you do a front flip and land on beat? I don't know if you guys have seen that video, but it's freaking sick. It's really, really cool. I'm kind of liking this one too. For the art book, I'm gonna clean all these up. I just realized I could probably color the lenses slightly different too. Maybe I can give him this orange, or at least like a lighter gray or something. He shouldn't have black lenses. Looked up Ragecore, and yeah, this is also what I call on the border of what can be called music. Oh, he listened to Yoko Ono stuff. You know what? I know who Yoko Ono is. I've never heard a single song by her as far as I know. What does her stuff sound like? Is it just horrendously bad? I'm actually curious. Ooh. Yeah, let's put a little pop of gray in here. Or even here, we could say, what would happen if I did that? Oh, I actually kind of dig that. The orange and the glasses like this. What do you guys think? Yay or nay? Kanye or nay? He listens to John Cage's 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence. I don't even know what that is. Orange goggles, thumbs up. Okay, so yeah, we're digging the orange goggles. Let's see what happens if we put that on this one, number 6. Let's change the color of these pants here. Oh, I'm kind of liking this right here. How 6 looks. I'm kind of vibing with that. Kind of vibing. What do you guys think? What do you guys think between 6 and 7? I'm trying to figure out which direction to go in. Do you guys like the darker cloak or the darker shirt? Is CSP your go-to app for drawing these days? I use CSP too, but I really miss Photoshop before Adobe introduced Creative Cloud. I use both interchangeably. I think Clip Studio is going to be what I use for the comic in general, where I'm going to create most of my stuff in. So that's why I've been trying to create in it more. But there is something about Photoshop that's still comforting. There's something like I like the feel of some of the brushes a lot better there. The brush engine I think is stronger, at least for me, probably because I'm so used to it. And I also like the UI because when I worked in Photoshop, like I feel like this is clean. I feel like this is pretty pristine. But then when I do, Clip Studio, I don't know, something about this just feels like it's too much. And yeah, I still need all of this stuff here. So I don't know how to put it. Mark like 6. So the dark cloak. And, okay, cool. Anyone else seeing Harry Potter Quidditch robes on this character? That's hilarious. Their subscription model sucks big time, and it's super laggy. Oh yeah, I don't like the subscription model for Photoshop. I haven't noticed lagging issues unless I have something else running. Like back in the early days of my streaming, before I got my new computer and stuff, Photoshop would crash all the time, and it was very frustrating. So yeah, Manette says 7, 6. I think the warm shades complement each other. 40 minutes 33 seconds, the piece of music that's literally for full orchestra, but they just sit on the stage and don't play anything for 4 minutes and 33 seconds exactly. That would piss me off. Don't ever play that for me. I'm so frustrated with how Photoshop has a couple of things I find way stronger than Clip, but Clip is otherwise superior. That is true. A couple things I like better in Photoshop. Some people don't like this, but I like the fact that I can that this thing just kind of keeps flowing. I don't remember the name of this feature, but I love that personally. Whereas with Clip Studio, it feels so stiff to me, and sometimes it just takes me longer. And the way the painting feels in Photoshop and just the overall UI. But outside of those things, Clip Studio is by far the superior program for what I do, at least. Amanda can't unsee. Photoshop stopped working on my computer. My Jack Sparrow days are ended. Oh, dang. I'm sorry about that, dude. That sucks. I can't unsee it now, too. Sorry. It is what it is. Scrubby pan, scrubby zoom. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Scrubby pan and zoom. Now Clip is going to a subscription model, too. Yeah, that's pretty frustrating. Okay, so I think we had a couple votes for 6 and 7. Let me just double check. We had 7, we had 6. We had 2 6s, 1 7, and then yeah, okay. I did a little, I don't even know what, posting on Discord. I'm gonna vote 7. Okay, so we're in between these two. I think it's going to depend on how much they stand up next to each other. I have a feeling, I have a sneaking suspicion that 7 is going to overpower these characters if I put them right next to each other. Like Enzi's going to stand out more. I get that sense, but we will see. My gut is 7, by the way. Okay, don't forget to like, guys. Oh yes, thank you, Amanda, for reminding us. Please like the video if you haven't already, because my self-esteem is your responsibility. So please like the video, share with your friends, all that cool stuff. So far, I love Krita. Even default Krita is great for art. Never used it before. Never used it. Okay, so Megan's saying it here. Ooh, okay. So here's an option. Where'd he go? Oh, clothing mask. Okay, so we'll do this for a let's see. I'm gonna just color pick, kind of mimic what Megan's doing here. She's got these gold frames on Enzi, which is something we have not tried yet. I think this is the closer yellow here. Maybe we could still have the orange lenses in this. Okay, so I don't know if we could have this many colors because there's not that separation, but let's see. Let's just see what happens. Because I could just always revise the drawing too. It's not a hard thing to do. What do you guys think? It's kind of sloppy, I know. But what do you guys think? Final votes on how everything is looking, or is there parts of something that you feel like is working well? And we'll see how much cleanup we can do before the stream ends in about 15 minutes. I feel you on the ensemble design issues. I was speaking on standalone design. Gotcha. Okay, you can't put that responsibility for your self-esteem on us, Jordan. Yes, I can. He says so. I said so. I think I would need to be pumped up because it's at a dark range, which only gets darker with lighting, but I wanted to steal the general value layout of that Jayvn image. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. He just looks like a cool kid. Like, I wish I had his fashion sense at that age, but he's probably got stylists and all that stuff. Enzi wants to be the main character. That should be a line in the comic. Enzi, stop trying to be the main character, bro. Let's see. I would like to see E. I don't know what that means. Gotta agree with Jordan here. You are all responsible. One like equals one self-esteem. I like the dark colors, but I still prefer 6. My ranking will be 6, 8, and 7. Okay. Enzi in all black and just a hint of yellow. So does that mean 8? Is that what that means? That's continuing. I would like to see Enzi in all black and just a hint of yellow. Okay. Which one of these do I like the least? I don't like 5 at all. So let's just try it. I hope one of you guys weren't going to vote for 5. I totally messed that up just now. I probably could have drawn it on a different layer, though, admittedly. This actually doesn't look that bad, actually. I'm kind of surprised. Just various shades of gray, I guess. Actually, this isn't turning out bad at all. I kind of am digging this. Let's see. Oh wait, what? The stream is ending. I just made tea. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, bro. We usually go about 2 hours. I think it's your first time popping on. I usually go about 2 hours because everyone's got lives and I gotta get ready for work and stuff in the morning. So yeah, it's usually from 6 p.m. Pacific to 8 p.m. Pacific time. Gotta give him a little something else so he's not Hufflepuff. That 5 looks very diplomatic. Very diplomatic. Yeah, I guess so. Give him something so he's not Hufflepuff, huh? Here, we could switch out the red. I actually like where 5 is going. I like it a lot. Let me try these pants real quick. That work? Nah, I kind of like what you had before. I was thinking Matrix. Gotta make a fan art of Enzi now. Dude, I have a lot of characters, so take your time. I appreciate it. I think my gut's telling me this current 5 is looking pretty solid. Let's just see how it looks. We got a couple minutes left. I'm going to remove these other layers. Let's move this over here. All right. So let's get that line art looking strong. Man, this is I'm liking 5 too. Tell Jordan to introduce you to Fufu. Oh shoot, yeah, we gotta do that. I like 5 now. I'm feeling it. I'm staying loyal to 4. Well, nothing's canon until it's canon. We're just gonna see. We're gonna test it out. But here, because Mark brought it up, we gotta find Chef Fufu. Where's he at? Here we go. So this is Chef Fufu. He is a vegan chef with a pet pig named Pork Chop. That was something we developed on the stream. I don't even know how long ago. This might have been like in the 20s in my live streams. He's in the photos on the thumbnail. You'll find him. But yeah. Okay, so let's get this for the skin. Let's turn off the shadows because it's going to confuse me. Glad we're able to come to a consensus on what we like, though, as quickly as this, because we're down to the wire. Not that I can't go over time. It's not like I'm going to get like penalized by YouTube or something if I go over. But I just try and keep it consistent for you guys, Okay. This is the most fun part of the coloring process because everything is just like so simple. Everything just kind of flows. And then we didn't figure out a color for the backpack just yet, so I'm just going to pick this random brown and just go with that. Let's do some black for... actually, let's make sure this black is the same as this color. It looks like it is. Okay. Oops. Everyone else looks like they have colors on the bottom of their shoes, so let's do that here too. Get that silver. Honestly, it'd be faster if I just did this. So this is what Enzi's looking like right now. Turn that shadow on. And then let's get the blonde hair going. Let's see. Fufu and Pork Chop are getting a spinoff. Ooh, it should be a cooking show style, and Fufu can teach recipes from the Shadowboxers world. That would be cool, actually. That would be dope. Honestly, this part of character design melts my brain. All the iterations start looking similar, and I can't decide on anything. That's how it felt when I designed Atana. She was so tough. Is it okay if I add you on Discord? Oh, that's for Mark. Also, Fufu's favorite vegetable is cabbage. That's right. That's right. Let's see. All right, so now we gotta just get a good pin for this here, for the blonde hair. That is too subtle. So that's where he's looking right now. Let's just add a couple little color notes. Let's say we can actually make it the same color as this. Maybe some yellow and knuckles or something down here. It could be a special screen. Okay, so now what I want to do real quick, what would be the best way to do this? Yeah, we're gonna copy this or create a new thing. Let's get the image, screenshot. So just to do a quick tester, we're going to determine if Enzi feels like he fits. Okay, and let's go on the new layer and just kind of block him out. All right, so this is what our lineup looks like right now. We got Jayvn, Zalam, Cairo, and Enzi. There's a couple things I would do to enhance Enzi, obviously. Like I could put some little highlights and the rims of the lenses, something like that. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me how you feel about this lineup so far. If you would adjust anything, what would it be? Because they need to look like a solid crew that is unified in design, but also unique from one another. And Jayvn has to be the main character. So how do you guys see this? Not gonna say it's gonna look good, but I'm curious to see yellow rims on the goggles. Yellow rims on the goggles. Let's see. That could potentially work. Maybe if I drew it a little better. But I think that could work. It could create like a nice little color block, color breakup. It's not a bad idea. See, he look all weird. He look weird in all black in that lineup. Maybe a bit less blonde. Yellow rims is too much in my opinion. Okay, bit less blonde. Yellow rims is too much. I guess it depends on how the material is working. Because if it's like a thin piece, then it's fine. I don't know if you would reasonably have like straight up yellow goggles, like made of plastic or something. Hater, oh my gosh. No fighting in the comments. I like the comment about the less blonde. That's not a bad call at all. Something feels like it's still missing. It might be the design rather than the color, but something. I think he's probably too boring in the chest area. I think that's what it is, because everybody else has something. Like Jayvn's got this necklace, so does Salam. He's got this design here, so maybe I need to bring in something like maybe I need to continue a pattern in here or something. But yeah, something just feels like it's missing in the middle. What if I did just like a half and half or something? Not saying that would be the exact color, but maybe it's a half and half design. I don't know. No tussling. I was gonna say the same thing. He doesn't really have a key shape. Yeah, I think that's what it is that's missing. So I think we're on the right track though. I think generally he's looking pretty solid. I think finding a key shape is going to be good for him. So that could include things like some trim over here, like some shapes like this, or it could include, little things like this here. Just anything that would make him a little bit more interesting in the top portion of him. Enzi has the hair instead of the chest piece, plus he has the cross body strap. That's true. That is true. OMG, I love that. Megan, are you referring to what Mark said or what I just did? I'm not sure. Or something on the back strap, patch, or button. That's a good point. That is true. He actually does have buttons, so I could include something like that here. Like little buttons on there, little pins. And the goggles and the glove. Well, it's not. How do I put this? It just feels too empty. I think that's the only thing with his design. Everyone else does. No one else feels empty to me. He does, and I don't know if I like that so much. But even something like I said, as simple as these little changes right here, I think do add quite a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna play around with this, but he's close. He's close. He's like 85% there. I can sense it. He's very, very close to what I kind of envision him to be. Yeah, I might adjust his skin complexion a little bit because as I look, they're all kind of similar. I would like to have someone who's a little darker skinned, I think, or at least like bringing in a different kind of brown. So we'll have to play with that. I like the first two strokes of the bottom of the cape. Okay, cool. Going hard for this. Respect. Enzi's got a lot going on, but I do like the yellow dots or patches on the shoulders. I disagree. I don't think he has a lot going on. That's why I'm kind of like I mean, he has objects. Yeah, he's got this, but this is not like a huge statement. And this little diagonal is not a huge statement, especially when you compare it to these other characters, especially these two. And I feel like Cairo, generally speaking, is a little bit more interesting. So that's why I'm like just adding little pieces like this. Like we don't even need this patch. Like even that feels better. Or even even if I got rid of this. Yeah, even that actually works. So maybe that's what I'll include. Maybe that's part of my final design for him. I'm also not a huge fan of this brown for the shoes, so I might address that. But yeah. But anyway, guys, we've done quite a bit of work. We have gone from close to finished line art for Enzi, and then we did all these color variations over here. Where's the thing? We did all these color variations. None of them really look that phenomenal. For a while, but I think considering everything, this is starting to feel kind of right. And even if I zoom out, I don't think Enzi stands out any more than the other characters, which is really good. In fact, I want Jayvn to stand out the most. So I think that it's getting there. It's really, really close. Let's see. Okay, Enzi is fun to draw. We'll be doing his fan art first. Oh, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. If you need any info on him that I have already shared with everyone else, then let me know. I think it's the cloth pattern that was missing. Jayvn's Alam had the stripes. Cairo has the chest pattern. Yeah, exactly. I think it's the pattern. So it's not that I wanted to give him new objects. It was just something that needed a little kick, a little spark. Posted a rough on Discord. Oh wait, before I go, let's check out the rough here. Or did you send it to me personally? Oh snap! I love this. This is so cool. I can't wait to see what this looks like, dude. Really, really appreciate it. Kathy says, Mark, I agree. Bro's a beast. Well, you guys, this is it for the live stream. I appreciate you guys joining me on this Easter Sunday. I hope you have a great holiday if it's still occurring for you. I know some people are in the next day or in the future. Again, I will not be here next week on, the 7th, but the 14th, I plan to be here. So again, if you have not already, like the video, share the video, follow the Shadowboxers page if you have not already. I think most of you already do. But with that said, guys, I will see you all in 2 weeks. Peace.